Have you ever heard a story so strange, so chilling, that it sticks with you long after you've heard it? A story where the questions are far more unsettling than any possible answer. Today, we re-dive in deep into one of the most baffling mysteries in modern history, the silent disappearance of an entire village at Lake Injikuni. Imagine this. It's the early 1930s, deep in the frozen, unforgiving wilderness of northern Canada. A fur trapper named Joe LaBelle is making his way through the snow, heading for a small Inuit settlement he knows near the shores of Lake Injikuni. He's expecting the familiar sounds of life dogs barking, children laughing, the smell of wood smoke in the air. Instead, as he approaches, he's met with an eerie, profound silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong. The village is there. The huts are standing, their doors left ajar, swinging gently in the icy wind. He calls out, but his voice is swallowed by the emptiness. He steps inside one of the homes. A pot of stew, now frozen solid, sits over a long-dead fire. Bowls of food are left on tables, as if the villagers had been in the middle of their evening meal, stood up, and simply walked away. Everything is in its place. Rifles are leaning against the walls, something no Inuit would ever leave behind in this harsh environment. There are no signs of a struggle, no overturned furniture, no blood, just nothing. LaBelle's unease turns to dread. He searches every hut, every shelter. All of them are the same. Abandoned mine activity. Then he finds something that truly chills him to the bone. Tethered just outside the village are the sled dogs, or what's left of them. Several dogs are found, starved to death, still chained to their posts. This detail is crucial. The Inuit have a deep, symbiotic relationship with their dogs. They are essential for survival, for hunting, for travel. To leave them behind, to starve, is not just unthinkable. It's a sign that whatever happened, it happened so suddenly that no one was left to unchain them. Terrified, LaBelle races to the nearest telegraph office to alert the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. When the authorities arrive, they are just as bewildered. They confirm LaBelle's story. A village, fully supplied, completely empty. One of the most disturbing details they investigate is the local burial ground. Some early reports claim the graves had been opened and were now empty, as if even the dead had been taken. While this detail is often debated and sometimes dismissed, it adds a layer of macabre strangeness to the whole event. The police scour the area for clues. They find no tracks leading away from the village. No footprints in the snow to suggest a mass exodus. It's as if dozens of men, women, and children vanished into thin air. The story exploded in newspapers across North America. The village of the dead, some headlines screamed. The mystery of Lake Injikuni became a sensation. But what could have possibly happened? How could an entire community of at least 30 people disappear without a trace? The official investigation came up empty. There was no evidence of an attack from another tribe, no signs of a disease outbreak, and no indication of a natural disaster. As the legend grew, stranger details emerged. Other trappers and local Inuit tribes in the area reported seeing bizarre lights in the sky around the time of the disappearance. They described a strange, cylindrical object moving silently over the frozen lake, a sight they considered a terrible omen. Could this have been connected? Was it a natural phenomenon like the Northern Lights, or something else entirely? Over the decades, skeptics have tried to debunk the story. They argue that the village was likely a seasonal camp, and the inhabitants simply moved on as they always did. They suggest that Joe LaBelle, the trapper, might have arrived months after the villagers left, and that the story was wildly exaggerated by journalists eager for a sensational tale. But these explanations don't quite fit the facts. If they moved on, why leave behind valuable rifles and warm clothing? Why leave food half-eaten in their bowls? And most importantly, why abandon their dogs to a slow, cruel death? Furthermore, if the villagers just relocated, where did they go? No other settlements in the vast region reported an influx of people from Injikuni. No records have ever been found tracing the families. It's as if a chapter of human history was simply torn out. They weren't just gone from the lake. They were gone from the record books, from memory, from the world. So we are left with a collection of unsettling puzzle pieces that don't fit together. We have an empty village, frozen meals, abandoned tools, and dead dogs. We have reports of disturbed graves and strange lights in the sky, and we have absolutely no survivors, no witnesses, and no answers. This is what makes the Anjakuni story so enduringly terrifying. It's not a tale of violence or monsters. It's a tale of absolute absence. The clean, quiet, and complete erasure of a community. It forces us to confront a deeply uncomfortable thought that people can just vanish. To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. Was it a carefully planned migration that we've misunderstood? A mass hysteria event? Or was it something far stranger? Something that defies our understanding of the world? The shores of Lake Anjakuni hold their secrets close, buried under a century of snow and silence. And it leaves us with one final, haunting question. If an entire village can disappear without a trace from a place as remote as northern Canada, how many other stories like this are out there, lost in the vast unobserved corners of our world? Thanks for watching. If you found this mystery as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into the unknown. Let me know your theories in the comments below. What do you think happened at Lake Anjakuni?